Alright. So we're totally in this thing now. This is Idleworld. This time without camera issues, looks like. Which is appreciated by me, of course. I like when that happens. So, let me tell you a little bit about how this game works. Basically, it's a spin on the popular cookie clicker kind of format, where you're just trying to get stuff to make more things so you can get more stuff. We started out at the quantum level by building strings, which cost matter to make, and then you get matter from them. We went to quantum foam, naturally. Those of you who are curious what it is, it's a concept developed. It's a concept in quantum mechanics devised by John Wheeler in 1955. The form is conceptualized as the foundation of the fabric of the universe. So yeah, no biggie if you didn't know what that was exactly. I don't blame you. I didn't know what it was before I read the little description. We went up to the nano level, built positrons like in iRobot. You remember in iRobot where they made the brains of all the robots using positronic matrices or whatever? Where it was all positronic brains? Well, those are positrons. It's an actual thing, but it's basically like an electron, I guess. And we got all the way up to xenon before we moved to the next class of complex stuff, like water and microorganisms and chromosomes and things like that. Then we move up to some of the things you might recognize, like I'm sure we all know what a virus is, or a bacteria is, I guess. And mold, of course. I don't have enough mold. I should get some more. I know that's not something a lot of people say, but you know, it's a fungus that oh, I'm glad you liked it. I personally saw the movie after I read the book, and I thought, man, you know, this isn't like the book at all. But you know, there you go. Still a fun movie, I guess. Good action scenes, like I remember that one where they're tearing the car apart as they're driving down the road. That one's pretty good. Let's see, we already did these. Up next we have organisms, and my favorite is humans. Because of the picture, by the way, which changed. It used to be just like a picture of like some woman, but I guess they wanted to creep you out a little bit, so they showed this. Modern humans are the only extant members of the tribe Hominini, belonging to the family of great apes. They are characterized by high manual dexterity and a general trend towards more complex societies. Whereas something like an ant, ants belong to insects. We estimate that 22,000 species exist, but only 12,500 have been classified. I actually read this story a while back that kind of freaked me out, because it was about like crazy ants, and so these crazy ants would jump into circuitry, and like a bunch of them would do it at once. They would like totally wreck your computer because it would just get clogged up like the moving parts would. So that was pretty scary, but apparently they're only in Texas, so it's not, I mean, you know, it's just one of the biggest states in the US, but they're not in my state, so I'm just gonna stay away from that. We moved on to landscapes, and this is stuff I did just recently. I haven't looked at all the descriptions. Tree is a plant with an elongated stem, supporting branches and leaves. It is estimated that there are just over 3 trillion mature trees in the world. There's more trees than people! I guess that's good, because it takes more than one tree to make up for how much, you know, one person breathes and drives their car around and stuff. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Oceans. Actually, I think I wanted to get a lot more oceans, but I didn't do it, really. And then this is the really recent stuff, like... Yeah, well that sounds pretty bad too. I mean, you know, a keyboard is It's gonna have far less travel if there's ants under all the keys. Also, you have the possibility of them crawling out of... You know what, I'm just getting grossed out thinking about it. I'm gonna stop. That's messed up. Alright, a car is a wheeled motor vehicle used for transportation. The year 1886 is regarded as the birth year of the modern car, when German inventor Karl Benz built his Benz patent Motorwagen. Or Motorwagen? Anyways, up next we have the lighthouse. Build one of those. And then you can also build new stuff. And if you get to astronauts, I'm sure it'll be very exciting. So I guess I need more people then. I remember not having enough humans. Oh, really? But like, I don't know, what was the problem then? Was he just like worried about the smell or something? Like, why was he posting on this forum about the crazy, or the non-crazy ants that were getting in there? Like, what was behind that? Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it still worked, maybe it didn't work as well, or maybe it was just kind of gross. I guess, you know, I'm the perfect testimonial to that, right? I started talking about having ants in your keyboard, and I got seriously freaked out. The Opera House is a theater building used for space opera performances that consists of a stage, an orchestra pit, audience seating, and backstage. Yeah. I don't know why an opera is on a higher level than a village. I mean, actually more than villages, from my understanding. Suppose I should also build more roads for these cars to drive on. A city is a large human settlement. The biggest city in the world is Tokyo in Japan. Huh. Oh, it's an interesting fact. Oh, now we're getting into the space race. The cosmos. Satellite is an artificial object which has been intentionally placed into orbit. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik. Yeah. And they did a whole bunch of other stuff too. I actually remember one time I was like reading about... I don't remember whose space program it was, but somebody had like a bunch of missions that went to the moon, I think. And then they had some that they tried to get to go to Mars, but those were like tougher because they had a bunch of mechanical problems. You know, as it turns out, rovers that you send to Mars, sometimes they just don't quite work right, so... This requires something on a way different level. Need more oxygen, apparently. I don't think we're lagging exactly. I'm a little worried about that. Oh, we need more astronauts and satellites. Oh. Should keep this on one. So yeah, that's the game pretty much. It's just about building the world, and then you build more world, and you're ever advancing. You're always increasing how much stuff